I talked to Nurse Judy. I called her. I was like, Judy, what's up? Because they're supposed to do your appointments, but I'm like, okay, so I don't have control over cancer. I don't have control over my schedule. I know they mean it well, but I'm also like, well, what if Judy's a slacker? Like, I don't want to be sleeping on the job. Like, I want this cancer gone now. Like, let's cut it off. Let's get like a little Ginsu knife, you know, and just whack it off. Like, why are we waiting? But they said it doesn't move that fast. So that's the comfort I have. I think they said they know they can wait like 6 weeks and it's not going to be a huge difference. You know, and they have all these appointments, pre-op appointments, some class I got to go to, which is, I think, prepares you for your boobs being gone, or Barbie boobs, or being bald, or being thrown into menopause. I mean, it could be a number of things, but it's probably like, hey, prepare yourself. There's a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of counseling on the page. There's a lot of, there's also depressing things like, have you done your living will? Have you created a will? Have you created all this stuff? Do you have your state in order? And then it's like, this is highly curable. And I'm like, okay. Then why are we talking about death so much, guys? Because my family, my friends, my loved ones, what I will say is that I will ask for your prayers. If you want to put me on any prayer list, I would greatly appreciate it. Just like I titled this, I do think this is just another chapter. I've done hard things in my life, and God hasn't failed me yet, and He hasn't left me yet, and I believe He has a perfect plan for me in my life, and I've always thought that, and it may not make sense to me. I may not even like it, you know. I was hoping it wasn't a painful one, you know, but sometimes it is. But I don't want anything else. If this is what I'm supposed to go through, for whatever reason, if it is to make some lady during chemo laugh and you know, realize that she's gonna be okay, or just to cheer her up, or to tell her about my faith, maybe that's why, you know. Maybe it's to help me grow. Maybe it's to make me stop and think. I mean, because, you know, you have these big events, and that's when you stop and go, you know, am I doing what I want to spend? Like, if I didn't have 5 years, am I doing what I want to do? Am I spending time with people I want to spend time with? You know, we have these, you know, birth, marriage, death, you know, we have, you know, sickness, accidents. We have all these, like, epiphany moments where we stop and think, maybe I needed one. I don't know. But I know that He knows what He's doing, and I know that it's always for my good and His glory, and that is what I'm here for. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, what's the end goal? You know, what's the purpose? And it's to glorify Him. And so I'm going to glorify Him through this cancer. You know, cancer is not good, but God is. And He can perform miracles regardless of what statistics are. You know, and I don't know if maybe I needed my dad to go through this with me, or he needed me to go through it with him. Not by request, of course. We wouldn't want that for each other, but, you know, we're cancer buddies. I will say my dad he trusts God more than anybody I know. He always has. Like, so much so that he doesn't have those human feelings of fear, and if he does, you'd never know. He trusts Him, like that song, and I share with my Aunt Sherry. You know, we were talking. She already knew the song, but we were talking about it. Is you know, He trusts Him without borders. You know, there's no caveat. There's no, you could take me this far, but I'm not gonna walk on that water. I'm gonna sink. You know, I'm gonna fall. He just trusts. He's like, God's in charge. What am I gonna fear if God's in charge, you know? And He's, you know, He's always been like, you know, I'll see you there. You know, I'm going to heaven. It's gonna be upgrade. I'm like, well, not yet. Don't go yet. We need you, you know. But He's always just had such a faith. It looks like, I mean, it looks like He fears nothing. So He's going through this, and He's just like, well, what are you gonna do? And He's making the cancer jokes. And I'm making cancer jokes, and meanwhile, Mom's like, no more cancer jokes. She's not enjoying that. Obviously, she's been a wreck, but we're much better after the news from yesterday. But anyway, but I have a cancer buddy. You know, my dad's my cancer buddy. We can FaceTime during chemo. I mean, silver lining. Ironically, people would say, like, where'd you get your boobs? When they would see my mom and my sister. I'm like, people ask the weirdest things. Like, where'd you get your boobs? Like, I'm like, God, I don't know, you know. But I started saying, you know, my dad, one, because he harasses me, but two, because I think it was from the women in his family. My great grandma, you know, she was 102, and I didn't know. I mean, obviously she was old when I knew her, and they were like belt level, you know, but they were big uns. Anyway, so I'd always be like, oh, I got them from my dad, you know, chuckle, ha 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 ha, you know. And now look at that, I did get them from my dad. Samesies, like, what are the odds? He also told me that, you know, the mammogram isn't that bad, and like, what are we complaining about? But I'm like, taking a pancake to a pancake, not a big deal. Taking a cantaloupe to a pancake, it's very different. Anyway, I thought my boobs would kill me, but like by suffocation, like when you lay down and they like fall back on you, I thought maybe like that, or maybe like, you know, being hit in the face when running, which I don't do. So here's the silver lining. I get a breast lift, which I've been wanting to do ever since I nursed, right? Because as everybody who's nursed knows, it's like filling up a balloon, then deflating it. Blowing up a balloon, deflating it. Blowing up a balloon, deflating it. And you know what it looks like, right? Or like a sock with a bag of beans. That's what some ladies say theirs. And like, that was always funny. So mine's not like that, but you get the idea. Anyway, so I get a lift. It's the hard way, but I get a lift. Chemo. Maybe my hair comes back fuller. Maybe I have like thick hair. Maybe I've got waves. Although somebody did tell me their hair came back white, and I didn't like that. And today, so I'm wrapping my head around being bald, because look at this face. I will not look good bald. This will not be like a G.I. Jane thing. This is not gonna look good. It's not gonna be cute. Let's just say it's not gonna be cute. So anybody has any ideas, tips, you know, I'm looking at scarves. I'm looking at wigs. I don't know. Do I go fun? Do I do like pink bob and, you know, like afro? Ava said no on the afro, but I'm just saying, do I play with it, or do I get one that just looks like my hair and it's expensive and believable? Maybe. I don't know. It could be a silver lining. Could come back better. Hopefully not worse. So I get new boobs. Today, I find out from my coworkers who've had loved ones who've had chemo or whatever, and they're like, well, it's fine, because you know, you're great with makeup and you love makeup, and you can just, you know, you just pencil your eyebrow in and stuff like that. And I don't know why, but I was like, what, my eyebrows? And she's like, yeah, you like use. I'm like, wait, everything, all hair goes away? Like, I was like, so wait, like, I mean, the eyebrow thing is just baffling me, because I'm like, you can't make that look real if you're all pencil or all. I was like, I cannot make that look real. You need eyebrows. You're gonna look crazy. So now it's like, am I gonna pencil in like surprise, or like maybe I play with it? I was just, the no eyebrow thing really took me aback. I was like, I wasn't prepared for that, let's just say. And then I thought, okay, silver lining, spin it. This is what I do, right? I find there's good in everything. You just gotta find it. As an optimist, you are trained to look for the positive, or what could be the positive. So I was like, hey, what about leg hair? Armpit hair? Like, are you just hairless now? And they couldn't answer that. Apparently they didn't know that about their loved ones. They didn't ask those questions. I really thought they would, but that's okay. Google will answer that for me. But yeah, the eyebrows, that's a real situation there. I'm just hoping it all comes back. I've heard your nails get nasty and gnarly, and anyway, here's the thing. It can always be worse. It can always be worse. So I count myself blessed still. And I am healthy otherwise. So that is a positive, right? I think I can fight this. Well, I know I can fight it, but I mean, I think I can actually win. But I will know more about my odds on Friday. But like I said, even if the odds are bad from a medical community standpoint, God defies odds. So it's whatever God has determined for my life in this chapter. Is this the last chapter? I don't think so. But, you know, if it is, I will see y'all all in heaven, and we'll have fun. up until then, I guess. That just got depressing. I was trying to make it positive, but I don't know what to say. I told Ava I wouldn't die, and so I'm planning on keeping that promise. But I'm obviously not in charge of life and death. But I will, to all my family and friends, I will be doing everything they tell me to do. Even though I'm gonna look a hot mess, and yeah, I'm gonna look crazy. But if I live and survive, it'll all be worth it, and it really won't matter. It just really doesn't matter. So I'd love to see my baby grow up. Love to see my bonus kids grow up. And I'd love to spend many more years with my husband. I've only had 5. And, you know, we're empty nesters, and we were going to travel, and we're doing things, and cancer, you know. My parents always said, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, you know. And this was not in our plan, but it was in his, and it's gonna bring us closer, I'm sure, and it's going to hopefully help someone out there. And y'all just pray that God will use me however he wants to use me during this. And this is just another chapter, and we'll look back on it and laugh and be like, remember that time you had breast cancer? I mean, we knew your boobs would kill you. There was so much of them, you know? Like, there'll be jokes. There'll be jokes. They were called Thelma and Louise, which in hindsight, bad names, really bad names, because, you know, it's Louise who's acting up, but in the end, they both go, you know. So anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I love all of you. The future ones will be shorter because I've caught you up, and I'll just be giving you updates. Hopefully I covered everything. A lot of it is a what if thing based on the results, so and I don't remember all the different tests. This week I'm doing a genetics test. I'm meeting with a genetics counselor. I'm going to show her my dad's genetics. I already sent it to the doctor because they were interested, because, you know, he didn't have any markers. If I don't have any markers, then the one that he has, that's kind of insignificant because it is not noted as a breast cancer gene. But if I have that and he has that, they were saying it may be something that people would be contacting us about, as like we may have discovered a gene that would be indicative of breast cancer. And that alone is an awesome legacy. That's an awesome, I mean, talk about a silver lining. Dad wants to name it the senior gene. I personally think that maybe we don't want people thinking of us when they're like, I got the stupid senior gene, like now I've, you know, gotta worry about cancer. But I see where he's going, but I just feel like, I don't know that it'll ever be looked at positively, but but it may prevent a lot of cancer. I don't know. So that'd be really cool if we were used to make that happen. Don't picture me bald. Don't do it. See, you're doing it, and it's bad. I'm telling you, it is not good. And I've never seen my scalp, and I fell on my head a lot, so it's probably very bumpy. I mean, I've got a lot of shopping to do, I think, to make sure that this is presentable. Anyway, please don't picture that, and you'll see it soon enough. So anyway, I love you guys, and feel free to pass this on to anybody who wanted the information, or anybody you think it might be helpful to, who might be having their own kind of cancer journey, and or who is experiencing any kind of symptoms and concern, or they're going through breast cancer, or I just left them out of the list of people this got to. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you on Friday. Yeah, wait, if it's really bad news, I may have to do it Saturday, so I may need a minute. We'll see. All right, love you guys.